Yes, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the XoneBros. We're your positive gaming and Xbox community. Thank you very much for being here. To everybody who's watching us live on YouTube, welcome. Thank you for being here. It's a good time. For everybody listening to us across the wide world, it's just me and Spicy today.
It's just us.
Yeah, Jordan the man is out.
He's otherwise occupied at the moment, but that means we have a good show ahead. Jordan, for those new, Jordan is our anchor.
He really is.
He is the anchor of the show. He just, whenever we go on tangents, he looks at us like we're morons and idiots.
He's like our equilibrium. He balances us. He's a nice buffer.
It's always terrifying.
He knows. I feel like he knows how to handle each of us really well.
Yeah, he really does.
Because I tend to like see the cliff and want to go for it.
And I tend to hold back.
You tend to hold back. And Jordan has this nice way of deflecting me away from the cliff, and then pushing you a little bit
forward. Yeah.
Hey, Mark, it's okay.
Yeah. So it's always terrifying to do a show without him because I do not know where these reins are going to take us.
Yeah, things might get crazy.
I hope everybody, for all our sakes, that we can just get not screw this up without Jordan.
The first thing that I want to talk about right off the bat though is the Xbox mini fridge is on pre-order right now. I saw it for pre-order at Target. I don't know where else it's pre-ordered for. But let's pull it up. It looks so cool. I think it's superior to the real fridge because it's going to be the size. It looks just more like the Xbox Series X exclusive. The Xbox Series X mini fridge.
Keep going.
The mini fridge.
I'm just going to pull up a picture.
I'm excited. I think it's $99 I'm pretty sure. Someone in chat can correct me, but I believe it's $99. It looks good. It looks just like the Series X, but it is a mini fridge.
Are you going to get it, David?
I would like to get it for my office, yes. Are you going to get it? That's the question. Look at that bad boy.
Yeah, I'll pull this up right now. So
yeah, it's $100, $99. You can pre-order it now. Look at that bad boy. For those of you listening, basically it's the Series X and the front opens and it's a fridge.
Yeah.
Can store like 2 sodas in there.
Yeah. It's actually really awesome. It's a 2 soda limit.
Yeah, look at
it's a little guy.
It's the same size as the Series X. Where's your Series X? Oh,
it's over there, all locked and loaded.
Yeah. So what do you think? Like maybe 4 sodas.
Yeah, 4 sodas probably.
4 to 6 max, I'd say.
I wonder if you could choose how you do this, horizontal or vertical.
Oh, now that
you
had like the
because that is the big question.
That would be next level.
Because there are people.
I'm sorry. Even though the option is there, I don't think you can turn the Series X sideways. I don't think it's right.
I'm okay allowing people that choice.
The only option
personally,
is if it does not fit in your console area, like if you've got a media panel or something and it doesn't fit, you can turn it sideways. Other than that bad boy needs to be standing up. It's the way God intended it.
I'm all for choice in this one.
Okay.
But me personally, yeah. I'm an erect, straight up kind of guy. Yeah.
I think it looks superior. Now the Series S, I think, looks superior sitting down.
And again, I'm all for choice.
No.
Yeah. But I don't have an S, so I can't.
You know what?
I'm gonna bow out of the S discussion because I shouldn't be there.
You're a console hippie. All right, we don't need your console hippiness here. Just do whatever you want, man.
Dude, choice, dude.
Do what makes you happy, bro.
Yeah, man.
Anyways, the Series X, the door alone is supposed to hold 10 drinks, says Reactor Leak. Really?
How big
is this thing? Scroll down that article. Are there measurements on this thing? 18 inches tall.
18 inches. That's a good number.
That's about what the Series X is, right?
Yeah, but is it?
What's the depth here? What is this?
I don't. Well, it just says 18 inches tall product. Oh, there's a picture for the inside. You guys. Okay, so now I'm going to try to describe to our listeners what it looks like on the inside.
No. You can't hold 10. There's no even thing on the door.
Let's say I can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You could totally get 10.
Oh, so you can get 10 in the whole thing. Not in the door, though. There's not like the door is like holding like a plastic bag of tuna.
So everyone listen to me count to 10. There are 2 shelves in it. The top one, you slide them in. Whoop, right there. Okay. And then you have 4 stacked, 4 tall and then 4 tall underneath it. That's awesome. You get 10 sodas in there.
Boom, baby.
Easy.
Boom. There you
How
go.
cool. I can go with that.
Dude, and it's got a USB charging port as the actual USB port. It will charge your
It'll charge
devices.
your phones?
Yeah.
See, I'm going to buy this. I'm totally going to buy this.
Nerdluck in chat says, I'm a strap-on to the wall kind of guy.
All right, that's fair. Yeah. Good job, man.
Good job, bro. Anyways, the mini fridge. Go check it out if you've not seen it yet. It is on pre-order. You can pick it up. I think it's... Oh, there's the dimensions right there. 18 inches height, 9 inches wide, and 9 inches deep. That's pretty good. Okay.
Where did you get that information?
Right underneath the pictures of the internals there.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Well, 18 inches by 9 by 9. Is that the same as the Xbox? What's the Xbox?
I don't think is the Xbox 9? It might be. It looks like it is. It's got to be.
Well, either way, it's now. Was this originally a meme, and now they are?
Oh, it says there capacity to hold 10 12-ounce cans. It's compatible with both AC and DC. So
I'm really proud of my.
You can take it on the go. You can put that in your car.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Wait, you can?
AC and DC.
Okay, I'm down.
Dude, I want it in my car.
I've always wanted a fridge in my car.
I want it in my car.
I've had this discussion a million times. I wanted a fridge in my car. Now I can do it.
A fridge is insulated enough that when your car is just, and we're in the winter, but in the summer, you can't leave that you can't leave that bad boy plugged in.
I'm gonna do it. I've always wanted a fridge in my car. This
Done.
is my way to do it, and it's a cool way to be a gamer and have a fridge in my car.
Done.
That's pretty cool. That's cool.
Let's talk.
That's good news, David.
Yeah.
Way to start out strong with the mini fridge.
Let's talk about your experience with Back 4 Blood.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because Back 4 Blood did come out this week. A lot of people have been playing it. I've been watching a lot of people playing it. I've been watching a lot of gameplay of it, and it looks fun. It looks like a blast. Now, you guys played the beta, and you really, really enjoyed the beta.
Yeah.
Now that the full game is here, does it live up to what you expected it to be? Are you a little disappointed, or are you just are you fully in love? Does it exceed expectations? Where does it lie in the McSpicy world overview? We should bring up some. Do we have gameplay? I don't think we have gameplay.
Not yet.
Dang.
I'll pull some. Pull some.
So one of the things that you guys mentioned last time is how team intensive it is, and I think that's the appeal for everybody. The appeal. Too, from what I've been watching, I've not had a chance to jump in and play it, but I've been watching streams as I work, and the difficulty levels, how you can get extremely difficult in this game, which I think is very appealing, right? You want to talk about freedom, the freedom to play how you want, freedom to play the difficulty how you want, I think is super appealing as well.
Yeah. So do you want me to answer any of the questions
Answer
you
all
asked
of them,
me?
please. Answer all of them.
I can't even remember where you started. Let's, I guess, start with what I think of the game. Should I do that?
Go ahead.
I like it. I mean, I'm going to be Jordan. I like it. I think I like it because I knew exactly what I was getting into when I started playing it, and it fulfills those needs and desires that I have for a Left 4 Dead game. It is...
The need is a Left 4 Dead game.
Yeah, this is a Left 4 Dead game. I think Jordan was mentioning to me, and I don't pay attention to a lot of reviewers and stuff like that. I mean, I play games, and I decide whether I like them, whether or not someone else does that I don't know. So I know Jordan was saying a lot of people or not a lot, but there are people complaining about the lack of story.
But that's what Left 4 Dead is.
But
what do you need? Zombies trying to eat you? Survive.
Honestly, the cutscenes in this game, no, not necessarily the lack of story within cutscenes too. Oh. Something like that. The cutscenes always make me laugh because have you ever seen Aquaman, the movie? You know, when every time he swings his hair,
it's like slow motion
guitar music goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the cutscenes in this game is just a chance for some musician to play his rock music. That's the whole.
It's a flex. Is it just a flex?
It's a rock music flex, and I laugh every time because it. I'm sorry, I'm a man, and that hits the right buttons.
Like, give me an example. So, what happens in a cutscene?
People are talking, man, we got to blah, blah, blah. We got to, you owe us the supplies and everything. Then zombies come in and wham, wham, this rock music kicks in and then you're just shooting.
It's like whenever Wonder Woman comes on the screen, it's ba-na-na-na.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, here she comes.
It's just, I guess I'm just a simple thing. You know, I'm just a simple creature.
So
it just takes shooting zombies and rock music, and I am a happy person.
Well, it sounds like it knows what it is, and it's just trying to be that. Like, it's not trying to do anything extra.
Yeah. I mean, fireworks don't have any plot, but I enjoy watching that. You know?
Yeah, that's good.
This is one of those things. It's actually just a really fun time with friends.
So yeah, talk to me about difficulty, because I remember during the beta you guys were saying that there's some like hairy difficult moments, and you can choose to be really difficult in there.
Okay, so this is one of those cases where, most games I like to flex my gamer skill a little bit because I've been playing games for years.
Sure.
And you don't for shooters, you generally don't need to know, you know what guns do.
There's a formula there.
And you always go either hard or extra hard mode. That's kind of just how, it's not like you need a tutorial how to aim and point and click for most gamers out there. Some new, I get that. This one, however, when you struggle beating the first, they have, so it's like normal, veteran, and nightmare. Normally, we would just choose the middle one.
Yeah.
No, it's too hard. I'll be honest. And if anyone started on hard mode or veteran, I should say, and have passed Act 1, I'm gonna buy you cookies.
You are skilled.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy you cookies or something. I don't know, because I'm really impressed with you. However, we struggled, and even Jordan went, because we were playing with Barbara Blake and us, and then some randos. So it's a party of 4 that goes through. The gameplay is Left 4 Dead. If you don't know what that is, it's you start at point A and you have to get to point B to a safe room, and there's zombies and obstacles in between.
Yeah,
very very simplistic, very fun, and it's co-op, and you can, as you play the game, you power up your levels. You can buy some stuff, healing, and all this. Anyways, it's really fun. The formula is a really good formula. So, we were playing with some randos, and we actually recruited Jono, which is David's younger brother, who is a very, very good gamer.
Yeah.
And Jordan was thinking, you know what?
We've got the skill here.
Yeah, let's crank up that difficulty. And me being the responsible adult,
guys, I don't think we should do this.
I don't think we're ready for this.
Yeah, guys.
I think our eyes are bigger than our stomach. Okay? Like, we tried it. Didn't even beat the first horde. Like,
really?
We couldn't even do it.
Why is it so difficult?
It's game knowledge, one.
Okay.
Map knowledge is very, very important because certain things happen at certain places. You have bosses at certain places, mini bosses, etc. Although every time you play it, things change, and I'll get into that. But the other thing is, as you play the game, they have a card system that you can create your decks. For those watching live right now, you see the corruption cards at the beginning.
Yeah.
Those are bad cards. Those make your gameplay differently every time you play. So those challenge you a little bit. And then this person we're watching has what's called starter cards. These starter cards give you 10% more ammo, 20% better healing. They also give you, some cards are powerful enough to affect the whole team with passives, etc. Those decks you can create more as you unlock the cards as you play. They have a currency within the game that lets you buy those cards, essentially.
Sure.
And that, I think, getting the more powerful cards will also help you in the long run. I still think map knowledge is more important than those cards, but sure. I obviously... I'm not at endgame, so I don't know how powerful the cards get.
What's the purpose of it? You said corruption's a bad card. What's the purpose? Okay. Do you get better loot with those cards?
According to like the lore of the game,
okay,
there is a person or entity that does not want you to get to point B from point A, and they are playing their cards to make it more difficult.
Okay.
And those are known as corruption cards.
Okay.
Essentially, all they are is they put in obstacles, they put in challenges, they put in things that make the playthrough of that specific Act 1 session 5 harder. What they also do essentially is make it so no playthrough is ever the same. So that actually makes it so that you can play this game infinitely because of the corruption cards change every time, and it makes things harder or more difficult. And every player on your team has to choose a corruption card.
Okay.
So it can, if there's 4 corruption cards and everyone chooses separate corruption cards, then you have 4 separate extra difficulty challenges within the map itself. And so it's kind of important to be on comms and say, let's all choose the same one so there's only one bad card kind of thing. But it does what it does, and it does it well. It makes me smile and enjoy shooting zombies.
It looks good. I mean, it looks like, as far as movement, gun, fire, the way it handles, it looks really good.
It's really fun, and it's very, very, very team coordinate. You need a lot of teamwork to progress, because I mean, even with just the ammo itself, the loot is shared and the ammo is shared. So if everyone has SMGs, no one's going to have SMG ammo because we're all burning through it. But if someone has a sniper, if someone has an assault rifle, if someone has a shotgun, and then someone has an SMG, then ammo is a little bit more tolerable because people can drop their excess ammo of other ammo, or point out that there's ammo over here and stuff like that. My map knowledge is important. As we're watching right now, somebody just picked up a propane tank, and they're setting it up in certain places of the map where they know the horde is going to be coming from. It's stuff like that. Placing them where, bottleneck areas, placing gas cans down, all that stuff. There's turrets. There's a whole bunch of things that is important because the horde is no joke. This is not your kid's zombie game.
No, this is
very challenging.
This is World War Z zombies.
But I think it is a really, really fun game. I would consider this the sequel to Left 4 Dead in a modern setting.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. Well, back to chat. Boy Will says, I think it's better than Left 4 Dead myself.
Yeah. Well, if I believe right, I think it's the same creators that made Left 4 Dead, or some of the people on the team. And that's why it has that same kind of feel or vibe. But it's very, very fun. It's a co-op game to just have a good time with your friends. And there is a carrot on the stick. You're trying to unlock more and more cards. You're trying to progress further. It's very enjoyable. I like this game a lot.
Yeah, Kier Thompson as well in chat says, I started on Recruit and then switched to Veteran, instantly went back to Recruit.
Yes, it's very hard. So I think you want to go through the game first on Recruit, and then by that time you'll understand the maps, you'll know what's happening, because even though I say you get from point A to point B, that's true, but every map has different characteristics and different concepts to progress. Like there's a map where you don't want to fight the zombies. You just want to run as fast as you can, and because they just nonstop and they'll just kill you all if you stand and fight. Type stuff,
And last but not least, Todd Mackey writes in and says, for those of you that might not know, there is actually Game Pass perks for subscribers for Back 4 Blood. So make sure you go get your Game Pass perks.
Oh, I did not know that. I got to do that. Okay.
Gain some equipment for Back 4 Blood. There we go. I got to jump into. So first of all, there you have it, everybody.
It's a great game.
Far Cry. I mean, not Far Cry.
Far Cry. The best part about this, I forgot to start with this. It is on Game Pass. So if you are a Game Pass member, you do not have to pay for this game. You can just download it and try it for yourself, and I would pay for this game. So it's good. It's really, really good.
Tip of the day, Zodaris writes in and says, I finished Act 1 and half of it was with one person. It's all about stacking cards as a strategy.
Yeah. So you are trying to, that's the carrot on the stick. That's your end game. You're trying to get those way awesome cards to help your team. Like I got a card that has, I kind of think it like Diablo modifiers. That sounds stupid.
Yeah.
But you know how you have your magic items that give you, 2 things?
Sure.
Or it's any RPG, really. Like the legendary items give you 5 lines of awesomeness.
Yeah.
Those are the good cards.
Oh, I see.
And then you unlock those as you go. It's really good. And I should also mention, you use those cards to build your deck. and whenever you start an area, you pull the cards from your deck, not randomly, like let's say like a Magic the Gathering or a Hearthstone, or they're not shuffled. You put the cards in order as you want to take them into your playthrough.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can create your deck. You can call this melee deck, or long range deck, or whatever it is, because they have a lot of modifiers for melee and stuff like that. You can create a deck and a play style according to how you like to play, shotgun deck or whatever. It's not important, but if you enable that deck for your playthrough, then you will get access to card number 1, card number 2, card number 3 at each area zone, and you start to build your power level, and you start increase in power level as your teammates are, and you have cards that can give passives to teammates as well. And so you generally, as a team, get stronger and stronger and stronger, and it makes the gameplay, A, not repetitive, B, very, very fun, and C, just a really good time. If you're all on comms with your friends, just having it's fun. It's very fun. Cool. I give it my approval. I like
Sounds
this game.
good. Sounds like you need Captain Obvious's son. He says, my son is almost done with Act 3 and he's only 7. That's a phenom. A savant. A gaming savant right there.
Hey, is that an attack at like me? Or like
No. I think he's just saying.
I think I'm going to take that as he's making fun of how good his son is and how sucky I am, maybe. I don't know. No, it's...
Kids, they're naturally good at games.
That's true.
To go back to being a kid, where you just get stuff. It's like when you get crushed in Call of Duty and it's a little child on the other side laughing at you.
Well, the difference is we have jobs, damn it. And so if we could just sit there and play all day, yeah, maybe we'd have a chance.
When you become a billionaire and retire, get really good at video games.
Yeah, totally.
That's going to be
That's going to be it.
I want to talk about Far Cry. You guys got to talk about it last week. I didn't have a chance to jump in and play. I've played it this week.
Yeah.
And I want to just reiterate what you guys said. It's just fun. They do, and I'm a little bit, you know me, I'm a little bit hesitant of open world games because I only have so many open world games a year in my life. And this is an open world game. But what they do so well. It's just fun. It's like you just blow up stuff, and it's really fun.
Yeah,
it's really fun. And the story's legit. The story is good. The bad guy, by the way, I know what you guys were talking about now, where you feel bad for the kid.
Yeah.
Bad guy's really good. The voice acting is phenomenal, and I'm just having fun. I don't remember last time I had fun. So in a Red Dead Redemption open world, or even I would say an Assassin's Creed open world, has like this serious tint to it. What Far Cry does really, really well is it has the serious aspect, but also a tongue-in-cheek aspect about it. So it never takes itself too serious while taking itself serious. It's a very interesting combination that they managed to pull off that just works, and it is beautiful. And it's different, by the way. On the Series S, really beautiful game, blows my mind. But then you move to the Series X with the screen, a nice screen, and it's like, whoa, this
beautiful.
game is beautiful.
Yeah.
Exciting to see what's to come with the next generation of gaming for this.
So can I add to what I said last week, because it had only released for a day when we chatted about it last week.
Yeah,
I have put a lot more time into this game.
There was last weekend.
Yeah,
every time I got to put in some serious hours last weekend, and every time I logged on and off, you were still on playing.
Thank goodness for weekends. Am I right, everybody? Am I right? Thank goodness. TGI Friday. Woo! I played this over the weekend quite a bit. I really like this game. You asked me last week, what was your favorite Far Cry?
Yeah.
And I said probably 3. You know, and I thought it was.
You thought this one was close?
Yeah. This one.
This one
is my favorite. No.
Yeah,
no
what
question.
it does, I'm telling you, if you've never played a Far Cry, it just does it. Oh, I know what the mission this is. It just does it really well. It does what it does really well, and it's just fun. That's the only way I could describe it. It's fun.
It's fantastic. It's gorgeous. They do a lot of things right. There are some quality of life things that if I would have had a choice, I would have fixed, like maybe making the map have a legend and being able, like in Assassin's Creed, to turn things off and on so I can see things better, stuff like that. There's just quality of life stuff, so it's not perfect. However, this is my favorite Far Cry game I have played to date. The bad guy is fantastic. The story's good. The characters are awesome. The abilities are fun. I enjoy a game where I can go throughout the map like an Assassin's Creed or any of those style games and just clear bases out and turn them from red to blue.
And
essentially,
it has yet to get old. That's what's so good. Like, I can go in and I'll be like, oh, let's see if I could sneak on this one, and it's so fun. And then the next one, I'm like, I'll just go in and blow everybody away, and it's equally as fun. It's amazing how they do it. It's a great formula.
Yeah, and you can play this game sneak mode. You can play it full throttle, blasting, whatever. Both are fun. I'm gonna be real. I think to date, and it'll probably get knocked off by Halo or Forza or something, but this is my game of the year right now.
Wow.
I love this game. And maybe it's just the pretty thing in the room right now that it's my new toy, but I love this game. So this game is my game when I sit down and choose right now. This is the game I'm playing.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Zodaris in chat says it's getting so realistic looking, but Far Cry's charm makes it not only realistic but very fun. It's a great formula for a game, and the villain is his favorite so far.
He's
as well.
so good.
Yeah, it's a great pick.
And the kid, I don't know how far you are in this game. Let's see, what can I don't want to spoil anything, so this is a conscious effort for Spicy not to spoil anything, because I know that's important to me.
No spicy spoilers.
No spicy spoilers. But you know how, okay, mild. There's no story involved here. We know that we've seen the trailers. We know that the son is involved with the bad guy.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, it's
That's
the
not a
cover.
spoiler,
It's the cover of the game. So, as there was a zone where I was fighting in, and you know how the dictator is, he's constantly on the speaker saying, well, we are doing great things for this country, just the propaganda that he is doing. There was one zone where the kid came on and started talking over that and was saying things in contrary to what his dad was saying. And it was really cool.
That is cool.
And you would not have noticed that necessarily if you weren't invested in the storyline and what's going on. Dude, it's so awesome. It's pretty fun. I like
the weapons are fun. The crafting system is fun. The RPG system mechanics of it is really. It's just a fun game. Well done, Ubisoft. Yeah. Well done,
fantastic.
Far Cry.
I love it.
Yeah, you guys did a really good job.
Fishing's hard. I'm just gonna say.
I don't.
Well, I guess I'm just trying to fish the legendary fish.
And I shoot all the dogs.
The dogs are mean.
They're like the first things. I don't try to make pets.
Can I say one of my favorite things in this game?
I think I'm learning a bunch watching this playthrough. I didn't do any of this.
I just want to talk about this. And it came out of nowhere for me. So if you don't want to know, skip ahead a minute and a half. I think the cockfighting Street Fighter stuff is one of the greatest things.
You were sending pictures of it. So there's cockfighting. The best in-game game.
So you know how games have mini games, right? There's this cockfighting where you play Street Fighter with
chickens. Roosters.
And it's like, I don't know. I can't remember their name. El Guapo, but it's not El Guapo because that's your crocodile.
Yeah.
But it's like, you go up to this guy and you're like, I'll bet on some chickens. And then it goes into this Street Fighter choose your character mode.
Street Fighter 2 like 2D?
No, it's like Tekken kind of like it's like 2.5. You can rotate, but it's not really rotate. It is left and right. It's just but you choose your character, and there's 3 rounds, best of 3, and it is awesome. I was laughing so hard. It was the greatest. To put that in a game made me really happy about life.
He was sending us pictures the entire weekend of his different
Spicy wins, and it's totally Street Fighter Cockfight Edition. I was laughing so hard.
Which beats kind of what they've done, like, they're trying to do. Gwent, I think, kind of set the stage for like this sit-down card tournament thing. Assassin's Creed tried to do this dice thing that just didn't hit for me in the same way that like a Gwent did. And so this is refreshing that Ubisoft kind of went, again, tongue-in-cheek and cool all at the same time.
Well, and it's just fun to put that in a game. They're not concerned about, they're obviously not in this game. I'm sorry, they're not concerned about animal rights. like they're just not. It's just a fun thing to put in a game to just They're not concerned. It's just to have fun.
It's cool.
It made me really. Be honest. I really like and you can collect the chickens as you can find them in the world, and then you can add them to your
roster. Can you level them up?
I don't think you level them up. It's just.
Oh, see, that would be cool. Do they have different abilities?
I've only played as one chicken. I'll be honest. I'm getting you. I want to get used to the good. Yeah, I'm learning my. I play as Guile in Street Fighter. This is my Guile.
I'll tell you what they do with an open world here, and I think Rockstar does the same thing. At least with the Grand Theft Auto series. I think they did it less with Red Dead Redemption 2, but Red Dead Redemption 1 stayed true to this. And it's why they do open world games the best, and it's why I think this hits for me is it's a sandbox.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I mean, we're watching right now, and this guy's doing stuff that I didn't do, and he's playing it a completely different way than I played this same level. And you can swim underwater, you can climb up vines, you've got a grapple hook, you've got a parachute, you've got freaking rocket launchers strapped to your back that you can change up whenever you want.
And then you can change the rocket launcher to a whole bunch of fun toys
and
later.
It's this sandbox. The way to do a proper open world is illustrated right here in Far Cry 6. It's similar to what a Grand Theft Auto is. It's a sandbox at its core. Go have fun in the world.
Just a good game.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I like good games. I like fun games, and this is one of them.
Really good. Speaking of a game that looks really fun coming up, this trailer kind of blew my mind. Let's talk about the Battlefield Hazard Zone. So previously, we were thinking, okay, Hazard's going to be this kind of Tarkov thing. I actually think after watching this trailer, it's going to be less of a Tarkov thing. I think you're going to have equipment, but that risk-reward is not going to be there necessarily, where you lose stuff if you die. But basically, for those of you who haven't watched it, the Hazard Zone trailer dropped yesterday.
They were touting that this is going to be kind of similar to Tarkov. That's essentially what they were kind of saying.
Kind of, yeah. Well, at least in the descriptions, we assumed that's what it was going to be. And there might still be some of that. But the gameplay, it looks like squads free-for-all with capture the flag mechanics. And what they show off, this really appeals to me. Jumping in with you guys, coordinating with our different abilities, getting the data and trying to extract, stabbing dudes in the chest like that.
Yeah.
It looks cool. It looks interesting. I'm going to be very curious about how it, and then they show it on different maps as well. I'll be very curious about how it feels in reality.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the trailer, basically the vibe I get from it is multiple teams drop in on a map somewhere. And they call them drives. You got to go get the hard drives. So you got to go secure the precious payload, and then you have to extract. And I believe that's pretty much the gist of it, except, obviously you're going to have to go up against opposing teams. And if you don't make it, you don't get any reward. So that's kind of, I guess, in a way, there's that risk reward that Tarkov and Vigor gives, and
but in a much more forgiving. This doesn't seem to have that butt clenching aspect to it.
Well, I think it still adds a little if you are going up against other real players that are wanting the same thing. It's essentially, if you look at a battle royale, they are just putting players in on a map and then forcing them together.
Yeah.
And then the last person standing.
That is essentially what's happening here.
This is, in a way, it's their version of it. They're putting players on a map and forcing them
to a point of interest.
To the cornucopia. We'll call it the cornucopia.
Point of interest.
Point of interest.
And then you have to extract.
And then you have to get out of there. Yeah, exactly.
But I like the team. I think the twist is also the permanent team aspect here. So you're in your own squad. I'd be curious here, is it permadeath for your squad? I don't think so. They don't give that impression. It looks like there will be respawn. Because when they're extracting, in the trailer, they're getting shot at all over the place. I feel like if it was death, like permadeath for your squad mates, they would have shown that off in this trailer.
I think it would have to be permadeath. That's the only thing that makes sense in this kind of.
But see, I think the issue with squads and permadeath is if I'm watching you, if I'm on your squad and I die, I've got to now wait for everybody to finish, unless there's some sort of way for me to participate. And see, if you notice, like...
That's true. And originally, PUBG had that problem.
Yeah.
and then Apex actually came out with a way to. I think they were the first battle royale to do this, where you could grab their tag, and then you can respawn them, and that was the solution that other Fortnite added to that, and then Warzone, you have the whole goulash thing that allows players that are out of the match to eventually get back in. I mean, we don't know the mechanics of that. I mean, that's all speculation whether or not they can get back in. But if there is a way to get back in, I think it's got to be limited. It's got to be. It's hard to get back in. My team is dead. Let's go to the next round.
Hard, but not too hard.
I would want it to be hard. I want it to be.
See, I think the appeal here is the teamwork aspect, though.
Well, yeah, don't die.
No, but I'm saying like you emphasize the teamwork aspect by having respawns.
But I mean, like, this is their take on Battle Royale. Yeah, Warzone has squads, and I mean, they can do buy-ins and things like that. That still doesn't take away from the fact that once you're dead and you die on the goulash, you're dead.
Gulag. Goulash is a soup, I think, right?
You die on the gulag.
You're
right. You're absolutely right. Goulash.
I think goulash.
What is goulash?
I think it's like beet soup.
Okay. Well, you don't die on the soup. Basically what I'm saying is, if you die, you are punished for dying.
Yeah,
hard.
Well, I think there'll be some sort of detriment aspect. Anyways, regardless, it's going to be interesting. It does appeal to me. I love what they did with this trailer.
Goulash. Chat, I should have watched chat. Oh, it's a pasta?
It's a pasta?
Chat, keep me. I mean, I'm getting old. I'm just to start saying words that make no sense.
Yeah, but regardless, go watch the trailer. I like the way they look. Again, I've said this before. Battlefield feels more focused than it's been in a while.
I'm really interested. Things we don't get from this trailer. I'm really interested. I'm going to lean back. You know how you grab that mic and just lean back?
See how comfortable that is?
Yeah. Oh, man.
See?
Yeah. This is great. I'm really interested to see the risk-reward system, like a Tarkov type thing. If they
upgraded weapons that you can bring in, but do you lose them, or what? How does that work?
So I think from what we gathered, because we were watching this with chat beforehand, we have a pre-show, everybody. If you want to join us on the pre-show where we chat with you and talk about what we're going to talk about.
It's not rated.
It's not. Yeah, it's NR.
It's NR.
Not rated. Feel free to do it every Friday. You can come hang out on YouTube with us. But we were chatting, and the consensus, I think, was the fact that there's going to be a currency where you can buy items that you only get that currency for doing well in the game.
These matches, yeah.
Which is similar to, it's not the same, obviously, but it's similar to a Tarkov where you bring in your own gear, and if you die, you lose that gear. You pay, you're using your currency to have that chance because you have put more into the match. You've risked more that it will help you in the match and help you extract. Although if you do die, you lose everything you brought in. That's what I think is going to happen here. And I think that makes it far more butt clenching. We'll use it as the butt clenching thing.
Yeah.
Than otherwise. And that's what makes Tarkov and even a battle royale, you start to get those moments where you're like, ugh. I think that's important for this style and game type that they're trying to make. So we don't know about it, but I would hope that that's the case.
Yeah, I think, regardless, again, I'll say it again, this appeals to me. I'm very curious about this mode in the game, and I would imagine your incentive or your level ups probably cross all the game modes. So it's all one, you level things up by doing, you don't just have to play this mode to level up. You can do the standard battle pass or whatever, and vice versa.
No, I'm excited, though. Having a new... I mean, Battle Royale is great. It's fun. But having something similar that gives you the same thrill and excitement and the replayability that Battle Royale has as another game type is really exciting. I hope it works out.
Yeah, I do, too.
I hope it's really fun.
Well, I like that I'm excited. They're trying to create their own multiplayer game type here. Somehow.
Yeah.
Let's take some questions. First up, Hammerforest wrote in to submit a question. You can do so at the mail sack every single week, youtube.com/community. Or not YouTube.com.
Community?
Yeah, youtube.com/XoneBros, and then go to our community tab. That's what I was trying to say there. Apologize. Hammerforged writes in and says, "Good day, guys. Just a quick question. What console game is your favorite at the moment? And what game do you highly recommend on the Series X? P.S. Love the streams. Cheers. Much love from the land down under." Much love, Hammerforged. Thank you very much for writing in. McSpicy said Far Cry 6.
At the moment, it's Far Cry. Yeah. It's my new toy, and I love it. It's fantastic.
It's really good, and it's on
Game Pass.
No, Far Cry's not on Game Pass.
It's not. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. It's not on Game Pass. I had to pay money for this one.
Yeah. Blood. What is the game? Freaking Back 4 Blood. Back 4 Blood is on Game Pass, which is also really fun. You can go check that out. That is one route to go. The other one that I really also am enjoying is Psychonauts 2.
That's
so
also very good.
Either of those, and Psychonauts 2 is on Game Pass, but it's very good. Very, very good. And it's one if you have kids or you have nieces and nephews or girlfriends, wives, or just someone that's a non-gamer, boyfriend even, maybe someone that's not a non-gamer in your life. It's a game that they can watch with you. It's very good. It's very entertaining, fantastic level design, and it's on Game Pass.
Mr. Sticky Socks in chat says Diablo 2. I would also add that.
Yes.
Because that's recent. The new iteration, or the same iteration now released on a console of Diablo 2 Remastered. It's fantastic. That's what I was playing 2 weeks ago.
I'll give you one if you're in strategy. That's also on Game Pass. Yeah. Lemnis Gate. So good.
Strategy first-person shooter.
Will blow your mind. Blow it right up. It's very, very
You
good.
do have to buy Diablo. That's not on Game Pass. But I consider this one of the greatest games. Well, it's one of my favorite games I've ever played in my lifetime. And you can now play it on the console.
Yeah.
It's very fun. So it depends on your mood, what you like. But I think that spectrum alone, I mean, games we've gotten in the last couple months can just touch you in the right places. You know?
The only place to touch me is in the right place.
Yeah. So if you want an RPG, if you want a shooter, there's a lot right now. And in the next couple months, we have a lot coming. So it's
a good time to be a game. There is so many options.
Pretty good.
It's amazing.
I'm trying to bang out Far Cry like 100% before the next stuff that comes out.
Narwaffle
That's
writes
stress,
in.
but
that is Narwaffle writes in and says, "Hey bros, I don't have a question per se. I'm just excited for Fable. I can barely stand it. For a question, when do you think we'll see something from Playground about Fable? Keep it up, guys. Most anticipated podcast every week." Narwaffle, thank you very much. So I don't think we see anything from Playground about Fable this year.
Yeah,
I think the year's been set. The stage has been set. We finish out the year. Halo Infinite is going to be the capstone, I believe. I think it's going to be the game we hope it's going to be. I think Microsoft has all their resources in on it. They want it to be the representative game for this generation for them as well. So it's very exciting.
You know what they do. You know what they do. This is. You're welcome, Microsoft. I'm going to tell you how to do this. This is what they do, David. They put a Fable poster in one of the drop ships of like the ODST.
Yeah. With the
it's
date.
Like a rare with like something
with a
just
date,
like, or have just like something on the
wall
or a game, device. Maybe they have the.
What if you
xCloud, xCloud phone with Fable on it?
What if you started doing that? You previewed your game trailer inside of your marquee game.
See, here's the thing. The reason we haven't had much of this in the past, we've had some. I mean, I think in Halo 3...
But those were like permanent Easter eggs. Those weren't like...
We had pictures of your destiny awaits on like Halo 3 posters, right? But the reason we only had stuff like that is because the development cycle for a developer is so long and who knows what's going to happen, so they don't put it in the game. But now we have like this umbrella. Microsoft owns everybody.
Yeah.
So now they can have Playground say, you know what, put this in on your, put it on a billboard while you're driving by on Forza.
Oh, yeah.
Just have Fable is coming.
But what I'm saying, so we've got concerting games with games like Fortnite. What if the entire game preview was in a hologram on Halo Infinite? Like the
the trailer is within the game?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And that's how they do it from now on. You want to see the game, you got to come to Halo.
they flip the switch in the campaign, and it's just this random like coming in
glitches.
2022.
Would be so cool. Kyle Smith in chat says, any word on Halo Battle Royale or some kind of answer to that type of gameplay? We talked about this a little bit last week. We talked about it 2 weeks ago as well, where I am like, I don't know if Halo needs to have a Battle Royale. You guys said they did, but then last week we got the Forge preview and leak pictures where we saw what the capabilities of Forged mode is, where it's basically a development toolkit. And your take quickly became, you think perhaps it will come from the community.
So the argument that I have about a Battle Royale within Halo, keep in mind, I know there are a lot of like hardcore Halo people, or even just people that are fed up with Battle Royale. You don't have to play it. I'm just gonna.
You're just saying it will be a game type.
Sure,
in Halo.
That's what Battle Royale is. You can go play Save the World in Fortnite if you want.
Unfortunately, that's a good point. Unfortunately, when we think of Battle Royale, we think of Apex, Fortnite, PUBG. That's all they do. That's not. You're just saying it's a game type.
And see, it's not all the Apex. It's all they do. But on other games like Call of Duty, it's not all they do. You can go play team deathmatch and all that. It's fine. So you don't have to play this because we know we're getting the campaign. We know we're eventually getting Forge mode. We know we're getting multiplayer, your traditional multiplayer. But my argument is, for longevity's sake, Battle Royale is what keeps your game alive for a very, very long time. Because Battle Royale, just the replayability that has and the potential that has to make your game last longer than 3 months is huge. And just think about it on the streaming side of things. Go to any streaming service and see how many people are watching team deathmatch matches, and then see how many people are watching Battle Royale matches.
Yeah.
And the reason that is because every match there's a story to be told.
Yeah, it fits a story arc.
Correct. It's, I land here, I get these crappy weapons, but check this out. I got this guy and he was holding this, and now I have a chance to go further. There's so much storytelling more involved, and it's so much easier to watch that on a streaming platform than a standard team deathmatch where a guy is just complaining about, the gun controls or whatever it is.
Lag.
Yeah. It's far more easier, and the power of streaming keeps games alive for decades now. Look at Grand Theft Auto. That's alive right now because of streaming. As far as its popularity. Yeah, you'd still have a crowd playing it, but it would not be nearly what it is without the streaming community that keeps that game alive. Battle Royales keep games alive because the storytelling is so good, because streaming is so good, and Battle Royales are fun. I like Battle Royales because you are able, every game playthrough is different, and maybe you get the ultimate pickups right at the beginning and you have a good chance to get far in it, or it's a poker game. You basically, the decks, they throw out the cards and you get 3 aces or you get a terrible hand, but you can still every hand's a winner, every hand's a loser type thing. It makes it a lot more fun. So I think what I'm trying to say is Battle Royale, it would be a mistake for Halo to not do it.
Well,
I think it would be a missed opportunity. I think.
There we go.
But like we said last week, seeing what they had planned for Forge mode, it is really interesting that they're giving that kind of power to players, because that will keep the game.
You'll have all kinds of different game modes.
People will make a Battle Royale with Forge mode.
Yeah, so that's my argument. I think Halo sticks to focusing on making it the best esports shooter that there is.
Yeah, but I think
on the multiplayer side. I think what you do is you let really talented players who have a passion for Halo keep your game alive via Forge mode, and I think that's where we'll see Battle Royale.
I don't think.
And you'd like to see the developers do it so that it's like this AAA experience.
Correct, because the carrot on the stick, Forge mode can't create a carrot on the stick within like the overarching game.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're
Forge
saying.
mode cannot give you, let's take Warzone. They can't give you blueprints.
But if they figure out a way to take Forge mode games and attach them to the battle pass, because we know we're getting a battle pass, and make it so that playing in these games results in experience somehow
They can't
as well.
do that.
They could do it through like an approval program or something where they have to make sure it's balanced.
Honestly, that's more work than just creating a battle royale mode.
That's probably true.
They can't do that because you're going to get Call of Duty had this when they would do their own servers. You would get these lobbies that are called XP lobbies.
Yeah.
And it would just break their whole system that they have anyways. I think it's important I just think it's important that if they want to stay relevant, any game that comes out, they need to have that mode. And let's be real, Halo is the best possible game that could make the best possible battle royale. There is no game out there that could be as good as Halo could be. Its potential is
because
huge.
It already has the find a weapon mechanic.
Yeah, the power ups, the shields. There has never been a game that has been
it's a natural
placed so well for a battle royale mode.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see where it goes. Let's take two more questions here. Let's take Psychotic wrote in and says, "What's up, brosivs?" By the way, thank you very much, Narwhal, for writing in. Appreciate that. But Psychotic writes in and says, "What up, brosivs? I got to thinking about the release of Age of Empires 4 coming soon, Halo Infinite, Battlefield, etc., and got thinking, is there a series that has gone too long and just needs to quit while ahead? Thanks for all you do."
Like Seinfeld?
Like Seinfeld, yeah.
Is there a gaming Seinfeld?
Yeah, but they just quit at the top, quit at season 9.
Stop at the top.
Except for their last episode was terrible.
It was pretty bad, yeah.
I rewatch that series every year, and every year I skip the last episode. Well, it's technically the last 2 episodes. Terrible.
Gone too long? I need to quit. I don't know. Games are... Well, let's put them in like TV shows. The thing about TV shows is you can produce them far more quicker.
Well, you lose your edge. I mean, you lose what made... Let's say you take a great TV show or a great game, and games I think probably are similar to this, but in a TV show, you lose your edge. They never know when to quit. A great boxer never knows when to quit.
Adrian, I just got to fight.
No, but is there a game that has gotten to that point with you?
I don't know.
See,
here's the thing. They come out with a bad version,
but then they can fix it.
Yeah, well, going from Halo 3
I'll give
to
you
Halo 4, it's like,
I'll give you one that needs to.
And then Halo 4 to Halo 5, you're like,
I'll give you one.
And then Halo 5 to Infinite, yeah.
I've got one. Need for Speed. Just stop. Just stop. I don't need it. It's not a fun game mechanic anymore. You're an average racing game at best. You could go away. The crew is superior to a Need for almost every racing game is superior racing game to Need for Speed. I don't need you in my life. Stop forcing those upon me.
But they're not. You don't have to buy Need for Speed. David, do you know that you don't have to buy a game?
No, but that's the point. What series has gone too long? Need for Speed.
But you could say stuff like Mario, but
Mario is a classic that consistently hits. Need for Speed hasn't hit Need for Speed has fallen from the pinnacle of the top and has never regained that. And it's like an old stripper. She keeps coming out on stage, but nobody's watching.
Nobody wants to
to
retire.
Yeah.
That's what a great example.
See, now you understand where I'm going.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Need for Speed. You need to go.
Yeah, Need for Speed. Need to be gone, says Captain Obvious. I think Need for Speed's one of those. Is there anything that jumps out, Spicy? I'm trying to... It's a hard question.
Well, the reason it's hard is because when a game fails, it's like crippled forever. It's done. They don't make sequels to bad games. Or do they?
Let me ask you this. At this point in your life, with the option of different games out there, would Overwatch going away sadden you? Do nothing for you? Do you think that Overwatch is in that position?
But no, because they don't really release anything to that game anymore.
There's nothing
There's a game that did stop.
It's not really a series. It stopped at 1. Teased us with a 2.
What's going on with that game now? Everybody, after the show, I'll look it up because I really do like Overwatch. But this is the first time. This is interesting that you bring up Overwatch. This is the first time I have not had Overwatch on my Xbox.
Whoa.
I had to make room for Far Cry.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Look at what's coming out in the multiplayer, even team multiplayer universe. There's just so many games to play. The competition has never been greater. Overwatch and Blizzard are they're gonna have to enter in a big way and make a big splash, and they totally have the capabilities of doing it. They've done it before. I think to bring that game back to where it was, not that it's not popular anymore, or not that it's not getting a lot of people. I mean, Warcraft is still popular; it has a lot of players, but it's not what it once was. Overwatch was the esports scene for a hot minute there.
See, the thing about the difference between a TV show and a game is you only need the voice actors to make it look like the same production is in the background. It's like a lead singer to a band. No one knows I do, and a lot of people that pay attention, I guess, do. But really, you just need the voice. You can replace the bassist. You can replace the drummer. You can replace, the keyboardist. And that's with a TV show, you can't do that. You're stuck with Fraser Crane.
Yeah.
With a game, all you need are the voice actors, and then you can change everything out, and then you could just say this is the sequel or.
Yeah, I think Need for Speed was a good pick, though. You've worn out your welcome.
It's true. I just think when it's bad, they don't make anymore, anyways.
Well, but see, it's not necessarily bad. Like Need for Speed is not bad. It's just
mediocre.
Okay. And I don't need that anymore in my life. There are far greater racing games and racing experiences that if I want a Need for Speed type of racing experience, I'm going to go to The Crew. The Crew is superior.
Yeah. I don't.
You just can't pick.
Well,
one.
because I totally just don't care about those other games. That's a really hard question.
It is a hard question. It's a good question. But yeah, I think Need for Speed's a good one. The other one, NBA Live. Just stop.
Well, yeah, you could just take a lot of sports games. The problem is when you're not on top and it's like games that are on top that are good are never going to be dethroned, like Madden.
Well, see, Tiger Woods was on top and got smashed.
I think that was out of the developers' control.
But it was from the games because then they went to Rory McIlroy and it was just the gameplay.
That's true.
It got away from them.
That's true.
And then Golf Club came up, boom, got the contract as not even as good of a game at first, but just got back to basics. And some would argue that Madden is on its way. What Madden lacks is competition. Like legit competition.
Okay. Well, yeah. I don't know. That's such a hard question. I don't know. I think I just like games. I don't know how to. And if I don't like it, I don't play it.
Great question, so I got it. Thank you very much.
That's a tough question.
Our last question comes in from Riley Quierna. Ooh, I got it. Quierna. Riley writes in and says, "Hello, bros from Wisconsin. My favorite shooter on console right now is Hell Let Loose." Have you seen Hell Let Loose, by the way, Spicy?
I'm going to pull that up.
I know a lot of people in the community are playing Hell Let Loose right now. And while I work, I've been working till like 1 or 2 in the morning the last couple nights, and I just have Hell Let Loose gameplays on. That game looks so much fun. It's intense. We've talked about this game on the show before. It's intense. It's team-based. It looks... Oh, dude. You just want to talk about butt clenching game right here. This is it. Hell Let Loose. Looks so good. Anyways, sorry. Riley says, I've been playing... my favorite shooter on console right now is Hell Let Loose until Halo Infinite gets here. Have you guys played it? And who's pre-ordering the Series X refrigerator October 19th? Spicy? Spicy is. He just raised his hand. He is. Riley, I don't think either of us has played. Jordan might have played this, but neither of us have played this yet. But I have been watching it a lot lately, and it looks... You want to talk about the story aspect? This is a game with that story aspect because it's these vast open battlefields, and you're totally dependent on working together. It's like remaking historic battles. It is cool.
And it looks like World War I, or is this World War II?
I don't know what war it is. It's
World
one
War
of those.
II?
It's one of those.
One of the worldies.
One of the world battles. But it's fantastic. That's hell let loose, everybody. Riley, Spicy's getting the fridge. I might get the fridge.
Why wouldn't? Let me ask you, why wouldn't you get the fridge? What is preventing you from buying that fridge? Money?
My wife.
Buy
just do it anyways.
Yeah, I'll buy two.
No, it's just kidding. She's not preventing it. Space in my room.
It's only 18 inches by 9 inches by 9 inches. We looked that up.
What if I mistake it for my Series X and I try to open my Series X and it doesn't open up and then I break it?
And that's a really funny meme. Record that.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be cool to get. I might get it.
Wallet. Yeah, I guess money. You know what? That's Captain Obvious is obvious. Scalpers.
Great question. That does us for today, everybody. Jordan the Man was not here. Jordan the Man, if you're out there,
we miss you.
We miss you.
We did okay. We didn't go too far off track. Right?
No, I think the last time Jordan wasn't here, we talked about like gorillas. I don't even remember, but we went way off topic last time. I remember it was like a train crash.
Well, and you were also on like pre-workout.
Yes.
And you just
today I didn't bring the pre-workout.
You want to know how much
I'm a little mellow.
You want to know everybody. You want to know how much of a pre-workout addiction he has?
It's real. It's like crack to me.
He comes to me before the show and he's like scratching his arms.
We're sitting here and the like trailer's playing for the intro.
For the intro, he's like, "Yeah, you got pre-workout? You got pre-workout, right?" That's how you said it. You got pre-workout, right? I've never owned pre-workout in my life. And you're like, it's got to be hidden somewhere.
And Spicy's response is, well, I have Dr. Pepper. I can go get you one. And I was like, well, I already have two.
I already have two right here. Oh, man.
Hilarious.
Cool. All right, we'll hit that out.
Guys,
thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much for listening in. Thank you for joining us, everybody here in chat. Welcome. We've redone our memberships. For those of you who are members, stay tuned. We have behind-the-scenes videos dropping every single week. Spicy's going to be doing some crazy cool ones.
Yeah, I'm excited to do those. Yeah. And everybody stay after the show. We have a post-show coming up.
Post-show's coming up. We're going to talk to you guys about stuff.
I love you.
See ya.